Before we charge into the heart of history, make sure to subscribe, like and share. Your support keeps this channel marching forward. Now, let's talk about the greatest contiguous empire the world has ever seen. In 1206, the high plains of Central Asia changed forever. A man named Temujin united the warring nomadic tribes and was proclaimed Genghis Khan, the universal ruler. He didn't just lead an army, he engineered a war machine. Using a merit-based system and terrifyingly fast light cavalry, the Mongols broke out of the steppe. By the time Genghis passed in 1227, he had already toppled the Western Xia and the Yuan Dynasty, leaving a blueprint for global conquest. The Mongols were the masters of psychological warfare. If a city surrendered, they were often spared. If they resisted, the consequences were total. The Khwarazmian Empire. After the Sultan insulted Genghis's ambassadors, the Mongols leveled their cities, effectively erasing the empire from the map. Europe in terror. Under the generalship of Subutai, the Mongols crushed Russian principalities and wiped out Hungarian and Polish knights at the battles of Legnica and Mohi. Western Europe was only saved by the death of the great Khan Ogedei, which forced the generals to return home for a succession council. By the mid-1200s, the empire was so massive, it split into 4 khanates. The most famous leader of this era was Kublai Khan, the grandson of Genghis. Kublai did the impossible. He conquered the Song dynasty and became the first non-Han emperor of China, founding the Yuan Dynasty. This era, known as the Pax Mongolica, reopened the Silk Road. For a brief moment, you could travel from Rome to Beijing with a golden passport, and trade in silk, gunpowder and spices exploded. No empire stays at its peak forever. The Mongols met their limits in the tropical jungles of Vietnam, and the divine winds, kamikaze, of Japan, which destroyed their invasion fleets. By the 1300s, internal infighting, the Black Death, which traveled along those same trade routes, and the rising Ming dynasty pushed the Mongols back. In 1368, the Yuan dynasty fell, marking the end of the Mongol dominance over China and the slow fracturing of the other khanates. The Mongol invasions were brutal, claiming millions of lives, but they also stitched the world together. They moved technology, culture and people across continents at a speed never seen before. What do you think? Were the Mongols purely destroyers or the architects of the modern world? Let us know in the comments.